Welcome back, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Hope you are all doing well. As you can see, we are back in the studio where in today's video we're going to be answering some of your questions, doing a quick little recap, and I've got an awesome surprise for you guys from an awesome company. So stay tuned for that. And without any further ado, let's jump into this video. Now, I've got my laptop here just so I can reference some notes that I've written down. And for the glacier trip, as I mentioned in that video, I was going to talk about the app that I use in order to track a lot of my gas mileage. It's called AutoSyst. It's something that I picked up in the App Store. It's a great tool that you can utilize to track not only your gas mileage, but also your maintenance and other aspects. So it's one that I use. It's free for one vehicle. So if you decide to track multiple vehicles, there is a little paywall there, but it's a great app to use if you want to track your gas mileage and cover your maintenance as well. So be sure to check that out. I am not sponsored by them. It's just the app that I found because I wanted to make sure that I was tracking all that with my new Tacoma. So I've been tracking fill-ups and my maintenance using AutoSyst. Now, let's jump in to your questions. I've had a couple that have popped up over some of the videos, so I wanted to definitely address those, and I'm looking at doing more of these style videos for you guys in the future. So be sure to leave your questions down in the comment section below. Let's jump into your questions. Now, the first one that I have comes from Searching for Six Gear. This was on the stealth mount video. His question is, so long-term evaluation of this system. Seriously considering this for my Tacoma. Well, the stealth mount is working wonderfully. I currently have two phone mounts on them. They are both ram ball mounts. One is utilizing the X grip, while the other is actually another one that I'm trying out from Taco Garage, and it's their magnetic disc. Just trying to see if I like it or not. So far, it is working out pretty well, but I am looking for a really decent magnetic mount for my phone. But so far, no issues with weight or anything like that. So highly recommended. Searching for Six Gear, it's a good purchase, and anybody else that's looking for something like that, it's a great option, especially if you don't want something that's going to kind of sit up higher on your dash. So be sure to check that out. Moving on, these were a couple of questions that I got on the Armadillo A2. So my rooftop tent that I have. First one comes from the ATV Superstore. They're asking, thanks for taking the time to show the new tent. How tall is the tent when closed, including the mounting rails on the bottom? Now, I did go out and measure this, and from the bottom rail mounts to the top rail mounts, you're looking at about 13.5 to 14 inches at its tallest. Now, this does coincide with 230's measurements on their website, so if you do go to 230.com, link in the description below, their measurements are fairly accurate. If you have any questions, be sure to check out the specs over there. Now, our next question on the A2 comes from Andrew-Carolyn Tonkin. They say, thanks for the clip. Are you able to tell us if there's any room in the tent when packing up to keep sleeping gear inside when the lid is closed? Now, this is definitely a newer feature that's coming out for some of the higher end rooftop tents. The iCamper Mini 3.0, I believe, is adding some extra space in the back so you can add bedding. Yes, the Armadillo A2 and the A3, which is the four-person version of the A2 or of the Armadillo A, does allow for extra bedding on the hinge side. Now, you'll notice on my truck, the hinge is on the passenger side. This is an option that you can get from 230. You have to select which side you would like the tent to open on. So it does allow for pillows. You can throw a blanket up there, or I would say a summer style sleeping bag without having to worry too much about issues with closing. Now, one thing that we did is we have picked up a colder weather sleeping bag, and we found out that because of the lack of compression in that sleeping bag, we're having issues being able to actually close the folded end all the way in order to fold the top down. So that can be mitigated with maybe swapping out the mattress with an air mattress, but it's just something that we kind of have to finagle around and work around. But yes, you can. Just be mindful that it's going to be minimal bedding in that section. All right, now before we move on to the last couple of questions, I just want to say thank you to Kickass Products for partnering with me to do an awesome giveaway for my viewers, all of you. There is a link in the description box below. I'll also post it here where you can go and enter for your chance to win a shower awning tent. So if you are looking at getting kind of your own little privacy room for out on the camping trails, be sure to jump down into the description box below for your chance to win this awesome shower tent awning. So the contest is going to go on for 10 days, starting today, the 12th, and will end on the 22nd. Now, Kickass will select the winner. They'll contact me. I will make sure to let you guys know, and then Kickass will also reach out to the winner so that way they can ship it out to you. So if you're excited to try and win one of these, be sure to jump down in that description box below and click on the link. All right, let's get back to the questions. The next one still concerns the Armadillo A2. This one comes from Steve Burns. This one says, thanks for sharing. My wife and I are researching all brands, soft top and hard top. Now that I've had it for a while, do I recommend the Armadillo A2, and are there any particular dislikes? Well, I can say that I do recommend the Armadillo A2. A lot of the features that it has have really come in handy, especially with like the hard shell. I know it's not going to fade in the sunlight like some of the plastic hard shells. That's going to be kind of over time. I have seen some of the clear coat fade on those plastic hard tops. I don't have to worry about that. I do like the fact that it's got mounting rails on top, so I can add solar, or I can throw my recovery tracks up on top of there. I also like the metal hinges or the metal latches. It's just an added security because I can throw a lock on there. So I can recommend the Armadillo A2. Now, as far as any sort of dislikes or maybe issues, some of the dislikes are the mattress, while it is larger than some of the other mattresses out there for rooftop tents, I do recommend getting a supplemental one, either a thin air mattress that you can lay on top, or just remove the whole thing and put in a 4-inch air mattress just to add for extra comfort. One of the things that's notorious for rooftop tents is that it's not necessarily great for side sleepers, and I am kind of a side sleeper, so having maybe a little bit extra padding does help. Other than that, I would kind of like having a plastic liner or a plastic opening in the rain fly, just so I could still see out even when it is raining. The A2 does not offer that. The Armadillo X does, but like I said, that is a plastic hard shell, but not having the plastic window in the rain fly isn't a make or break. The other issue that we've kind of run into is obviously condensation inside the tent. I'm sure that there might be a way to get around it, but it's just something that we've noticed, especially up in Glacier and in the Montana area. We did get some condensation up there and in Yellowstone. I haven't noticed it too much here in Utah with the drier weather, so it might be subject to the temperature conditions in the area that you're camping in. So keep that in mind. All right, this last question comes from Nightmarch. He asks, how do I like these so far? And he is referencing the floor mats that I recently put in the Tacoma. These are the KYX floor mats. Now, I do like these floor mats simply because, one, they do cover a little bit more area than my stock floor mats did. The other thing is I also like that the partitions on the floor mats are not as deep, so that makes it a little bit easier to clean. There's good grip on them, and they fit really, really nicely. I think that they've done really well. I noticed that the back section of the floor mat fits very snug, so that's always good because I know it's not going to shift around. And like I said, they cover a bit more area because they go higher into the footwell than the stock floor mats. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you so much for leaving your questions down in the comment section below, and be sure to leave yours, if you have any for me, down there so that way I can address them in the next questions video. Looking forward to doing more of these to help you guys out. I'll also be doing some more product reviews, so stay tuned for that, and be sure to enter for your chance to win that kick-ass shower awning. So be sure to go down into the description box and click on that link to get entered for that. I greatly appreciate you guys sticking around and being a part of the Mumphy crew, the Mumphy Mafia. Be sure to also check out mumphy.us, the official website for Mumphy and all things Mumphy. I do have my mods list over there, so if you have any questions or want to check out any of the mods that I currently have on my Tacoma, jump over to that page and click on any of the links there. Some are affiliate links, others are just direct links to the companies that provide those products, so that way you guys don't have to go searching for them all over the place. I also have a store where you can get some Mumphy merch, and I am looking at updating that soon, so there'll be more designs up. Once again, thank you so much for being a part of the Mumphy Mafia. I greatly appreciate you guys, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, smash that like button, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.